It's another Saturday, another weekend on ABN Television, channel 15.9, Houston, Texas. The program is Facts and Figures. Today we'll be going on to the issue we've talked about for so long, insurance. And with me today is a professional who has been in the system, in the business for the past 29 years. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Kayode Ajanaku. He's an owner of his own business in Texas. You're welcome, Mr. Kayode Ajanaku.
Thank you.
Yes, today on the program we want to know more about insurance. But I would like to ask you, why do people need life insurance?
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. People need life insurance because it provides a cash infusion into the family in dealing with financial consequences that arises from the death of an insured person. So when there's a death in the family, definitely it brings about financial consequences that may be negative sometimes, that the family may need to be able to sustain themselves in case the breadwinner dies. So life insurance makes that provision, and to make life easy for them, to be able, it enables the family to continue life with dignity without resulting into some things that they did not desire to happen in their lives. So the life insurance is a very good product to be able to help them to continue with life generally.
So do we have different kind of life insurance? Or?
We do have different kinds of life insurance. We have term life insurance and permanent life insurance. And of course, under the permanent life insurance, we have the universal life insurance, we have disability insurance, we have variable life insurance, we have all kinds of life insurance. But under all that, there are different designs, depending on the company. Every company have their own products that they offer. But generally, it's all divided between term and permanent life insurance.
But do we see one very important than the other, that people need to really go for one or, over another?
It depends. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. Because at the end of the day, you want to, whatever you do with life insurance, it has to be on purpose. Let's say you decide to do term life insurance. If you decide to do term life insurance, let's be on a purpose. Let's say you buy a house. Usually the mortgage is about 30 years. And you decide to buy term life insurance for 30 years. Now, for that 30 years, if something happened to the owner of the house or the insured, now the family can use the money to pay the mortgage off or decide what they want to do with it within that time. After the policy expires, after 30 years, the need for the term life insurance is gone, because it has fulfilled its purpose. The house is paid for. You don't need to be scared of whether if I die, the house will be gone. So for that purpose, you can get it. And of course, again, if you have young kids that are still going to college, you want to make sure the college kids are paid for within the period that the term life is going to be there. If something happened to you within the time, the kids are still going to college. You want to make sure there's money to take care of that goal for them to go to college, even if you die. So the purpose is either that you have all these outstanding loans everywhere, that you want to make sure that if something happened to you, it's paid for if you die in the middle of the whole thing. Or you have it because the kids are still going to college. If you have it for that purpose, that's great. Or again, it's very inexpensive. It's the cheapest way of having life insurance, because the word term, it just tells you that it's for a period of time. It's not a permanent life insurance. It's just like I explained to you earlier, that it's just like car insurance. Term life insurance only pays when you die. And it's only a period that it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 15 years, it could be 20 years, 30 years. That's why they call it term, a period of time. After that time expires, the life insurance too expires. But it has some advantages for having term life insurance. Part of the advantage of having term life insurance is that it guarantees your insurability. Let's say, for instance, you have it when you're making so little money as income, and you want to have something as life insurance. You buy life insurance about $20, let's say, for instance. And now you have a big job, you have more income. And later on, you want to get permanent life insurance. Now, you have secured your insurability. Let's say they now decide you have some ailment that would not ordinarily have qualified you for life insurance. But because you have term life insurance, they will excuse that ailment that will have disqualified you originally. That means you have secured your insurability. So you will get the permanent life insurance because you can convert term life insurance to permanent life
So
insurance.
if you want to, if I would ask right now, I would like you to differentiate vividly between term life insurance and permanent insurance.
Permanent insurance is what it is. It's just as long as you're alive. As long as you're alive, it's permanent. As long as you're alive, there's all life. There's universal life. There's disability insurance. There's variable universal life. Different kinds. So, but it's just the way the word is permanent. It's permanent as long as you're alive.
I know viewers at home actually want to know something right now, and that takes me to this which you've mentioned, but I would like you to open it up more. When we talk about ailments and people, maybe they have one kind of disease or one kind of challenge before, and they want to get life insurance, they want to insure their life, do they have to go through any kind of medical examination before they can actually approach an insurance company, or during the process of them getting that insurance, there will be a medical examination? How has it been done?
Generally, life insurance is what you get when you can, not when you want. A lot of us want to get life insurance when we want, not when you can. You should get it when you can. What I mean by that is that when you're younger, without health issues, then you can. You get it easily. Even if they do medical, you will pass. Everything will fly. But the moment you wait longer, you know how our health deteriorates over age, and some things happen here and there because of your exposures, because of your intakes and all that. And things get developing, high blood pressure, diabetes and all that start developing over time, which ordinarily at the beginning may not be an issue. But if you want to wait to get life insurance, then you are risking the chance of not being insurable, because the disease that was not there when you were younger could suddenly show up when you are older. So that means you get it when you can, when you want, not when you want. A lot of people want to get it when they are 60, when they are 70, when they are already looking, when the doctor says you already have diabetes, when the doctor says you have high blood pressure. A lot of people are only thinking, I need to get life insurance. That's too late. It's too late to get life insurance at that time. We need to get it when we can and not when we want. So now, talking about, do we need to get health, medical, right?
Medical.
Yes, insurance companies usually generally demand that you do medical. And of course, there are other policies too that you don't have to do medical, like guarantee issue policies, which mostly are meant for people that have, health issues, like high blood pressure, or diabetes and all that. In that case, they would not check your health. But the price for that is higher. You pay more for that kind of policies. Any insurance, they don't check your health, you usually pay more.
Wow.
And it's only meant for people that have some issues in their health.
So right now, if you look at the...
And of course, again, they don't offer you higher sum insured for guarantee issues. If you don't submit yourself to medical examinations, they won't offer you too much.
So if you look at, from what you're saying right now, how do they determine the rate of lifetime insurance? How do they determine the rate of what you pay, how you get the lifetime insurance?
Yeah, there's different factors. Your age is key to it. Your age, you get the younger age, you pay less. You get the older age, you pay more. And your health too, because there are rates. If you have health issues, then you are rated. I mean, it could be different rates, it could be different things. I mean, of course, it gets to a maximum rated level and they just decline. They can even decline. Sometimes it's not about rates. It gets to a point where it's not about rate anymore. It's about we can't accept this risk. It's too risky. Because insurance does not want something that is certain. Insurance is about uncertainty. So when something is certain, let's say for instance, the doctor has declared that this person is going to die in 6 months of cancer. That certainty is going to die in 6 months. Insurance will not do that.
So you won't pick up.
So it's not a matter of rates now.
Wow.
It's a matter of you're not qualified because you're going to die. We already know you're going to die in 6 months. So why we want to do insurance now? Insurance don't want to pay uncertainty. Insurance thrive on uncertainty. The fact that we don't know whether it's going to happen, or we don't know when it's going to happen. Life insurance is about we don't know when.
So if you look at it from what you have said right now, what can be the the best age one can go for life insurance?
That's an interesting question.
Best age one can go for life insurance.
Because there's no best age, really. I mean, I've seen the best age you want to do it is when your parents can do it for you when you're born, 6 months, 1 year, whatever. You get the best rate and it stays with you for life. But of course, if you do it at that age, you can't get much as well, because what if you want to get life insurance for your 1 million life insurance for an infant, the insurance company is going to ask you why. Why? If this child dies, what is 1 million that you're trying to protect? Does the child have a $1 million house? Does the child have something else that, because life insurance is about what is at risk. Because that's why when they want to sell life insurance to you, they determine what is your income. Usually it's about 3 times your income or 4 times your income. That's what they give you. So if you can prove that you have income that is 3 times your income, they give you that. But if you want to say, I want to buy 10 million life insurance, for instance, okay, they'll ask you what's your income. If your income is 20,000 a year, you can't buy 10 million life insurance. I mean, because they will think you're trying to defraud the insurance company.
Well, we have to go on commercial break right now. With me on the program is still Kayode Ajanoku, a professional insurance personnel with me here. But don't go away. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, are you tired of using an auction car? You can own a 0 mileage brand new vehicle with little or 0% down payments. Here is a good news. Lekan or Lalekan is a new floor manager at Sterling McCall Toyota Center. It's ready to find you a deal that will work for you. 2 years tire rotation, bumper to bumper, all to 36,000 miles plus 2 years free oil change. Sterling McCall Toyota Center, 9400 Southwest Freeway, Houston, Texas 77074. Open 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Email him at lagation@sterlingmccalltoyota.com or call him on 832-807-3581. 832-807-3581. Anybody la tele Lekan or la Lekan. Thank you for making me use a brand new car.
Do you have items you want to bring from Nigeria, such as clothes, shoes, packaged foodstuff? Or would you like to start a business in the US, importing items from Nigeria to sell in stores like eBay and Amazon, where lots of people are making good money now? Well, starting from March 1st, 2018, Ship to Nigeria will be shipping from Nigeria to the US for as low as $50. And most importantly, we will deliver to your doorstep anywhere in the USA within 7 to 10 business days. So by now you are asking, what do I need to do? It's simple. Drop off your item at our Lagos office, or you can call us to schedule a pickup from anywhere in Nigeria. Our team will professionally pack your items, help with export documentation to ensure that they are never seized by the US Customs, as many people face now. You can even use our US warehouse, which is over 23,000 square feet of space, to store your items for as long as you need them. Or you can have us dispatched to all your customers as they order from you from all over the US. We have the experience you need. So call us on the number on your screen.
Welcome back on the program Facts and Figures on ABM Television, channel 15.9. Houston, Texas is where we are. And I've been saying so far with a professional, Kayode Ajanoku, and he's the owner of Kayode Ajanoku Insurance Agency with the All-State Insurance Company in Houston, Texas. And don't forget, he has been in the business for the past 29 years. 29 years. It's not a joke. And today we are actually benefiting from his wealth of experience. You're welcome once again on the program.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, on this time around, we will be looking at what are the benefits of buying the life insurance. What are the benefits?
There are so many benefits to buying life insurance. So one of the major benefits of buying life insurance primarily is to provide funds or cash for the family in case the insured dies. We all know the financial consequences of when somebody dies. You know what it takes, the burial, the planned school fees, mortgage, car notes, and all the things that come that normally the breadwinner or the insured has always been providing for the family. Now, if somebody now dies, that person now dies, you now find out that those income has gone, suddenly gone. Apart from what will come after that, even the cost of burial, of taking care of the dead person, is costly. It's not cheap. And that is why in this land, I've seen a lot of times people go around and start wanting to collect donations from friends and families and all of that. As much as that is okay, but it's not dignifying. It's just an indication that the person that died didn't take care of business. It's just as simple as that.
Well, if I have to come in there, if I'm not the one benefiting, you actually you wanted me to buy life insurance, and I'm not a beneficiary. I'm not the one who's going to be paid for the money. Why would you ask me to buy what I will not benefit from?
Okay, let me answer that this way. Now, you're working now. I'm sure your income, you don't spend all your income. 80% of your income is spent on your family, your children, your wife, maybe your extended family. Now, if suddenly you're gone, now where with that 80%, where will it come from? You spend 80% on your family because you love your family.
Yes.
You're not wasting your money. You're not just throwing money away at them. Oh, because, okay. It's because you love them, not because you care for them. Now, and you want to continue to care for them even if you're not there. You want to imagine, what if I'm not here? There should be money for them to continue to live the life that you're providing for them. You are the provider. So if something happened to you, you want that provision to continue, at least for a time, for them to be able to find their feet and continue life. So the life insurance is not about you. It's about making provision for the people that you love to continue to enjoy that you have worked hard for them to enjoy while you're still here. Because right now you go to the supermarket and buy things for your family. You buy this, you buy a car for your wife, you buy a car for your children if they can drive. You do all of that. So why do you think that should stop just because you're no more? Why do you think that should stop? Imagine you can see them in heaven, for instance. Imagine you can see them and they have a financial problem because of you. Just because of you, you're not there. And they have this financial burden that they are not able to cope with. Imagine, how will you feel? So how will you feel? Assuming, for instance, there's a lot of us here that our wives are here, and then they have the husband in Nigeria or offshore, or company, whatever. Do you know how much they send from the offshore from Nigeria to make sure the family is okay here? Imagine that's a death situation. Imagine that the husband is not there, he's dead. But you have a means of making provision in case something happens and they are able to continue. It's just the same concept. Whether you are there or not, you want to make sure your family is okay. So life insurance is just a way to ensure that what you plan for the family for a long time will continue whether you are alive or not. If you have a mindset that your kids must go to college debt-free, you have to ensure that concept. You have to have insurance to make sure that concept stands and is able to be fulfilled. Because if you say that, oh, I don't want my children to go to college with student loans, which is a good concept, okay? But you don't have any provision to sustain that. What if you die without life insurance? That means your kids have to go to college with student loan because there's nobody to pay for that college. But let's say, for instance, you have life insurance and suddenly you die. The life insurance is there to continue to fulfill that your purpose for the children. It's just a guarantee. It's just a way of guaranteeing your mindset for your family. What you want to provide for your family.
Now, this is becoming interesting. I must confess, it's becoming interesting. Because viewers at home, they have a lot of questions. And don't forget, if you have any questions you want to send, you can send it to the numbers that is displayed on your screen. You can send a text to the number. You can actually send a mail to us, ABN Television. It's actually displayed on your screen. If you have questions, I tell you, they will be addressed. But let's look at it now in America. Both husband and wife, they work. Mm-hmm. Who should do life insurance?
Both of them should.
Then who gets paid?
Well, I mean, Well, the husband would do life insurance and put the wife as a beneficiary. The wife would do life insurance and put the husband as beneficiary. And that's what they call contingent beneficiary. That means that let's say the husband and wife are traveling together in the aeroplane and they both died, which is a possibility. Or maybe sometimes the entire family traveling to somewhere and all of them dies one time. We're always going to make provision for contingent beneficiary. So that if you say your husband should be your beneficiary, your wife should be your beneficiary, you should always name somebody as a contingent in case both of you dies. So the contingent is in case this person, the primary beneficiary, does not exist. Then the contingent, which is subject of the non-existence of the primary, is only when the contingent will come in. So who should get life insurance? Both of them should, because at the end of the day, if the husband dies, the wife needs money to continue life with the kids. If the wife dies, the husband too needs money to continue with the kids. Either way, somebody's going to be responsible for the kids. It's not about family this time.
Wow.
It's more about family. It's about making provision for the family. And much more important than that, whether his husband or his wife, remember in this country we have a lot of debts. We practically live our lives in debt. You have a mortgage that is not paid for. You have these big cards that you all have that's not been paid for. You have these big old credit cards that you've not been paid for. These are all your debts. Now, if suddenly someone dies, for instance, who's going to pay for all of that? Whether it's the wife or it's the husband. Either way, it's a family thing. Whether the wife dies or the husband dies, these debts need to be paid. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not, and you asked a question about if you're not going to benefit from it, why do you get life insurance? I think I already addressed that in a way. That it's not about whether you benefit from it. It's about who the person that's going to benefit from it. Do they deserve it? Do they deserve it? Why not?
Well, if you look at it right now, we have to look at something again there, which is it's very, very important. Now, in terms of will, so people make their will documents very, very secretive. Mm-hmm. Now, in the time or in time of this life insurance policy, must it be secretive? The person that is going to benefit from it, do we make the person aware that, okay, I've made you a beneficiary to my life insurance, or I'm the beneficiary to your life insurance? How do we manage it?
Well, there's no reason why you should not tell your husband or your wife who's the beneficiary of your life policy. But again, it differs from family to family. This is a question that's debatable, and I'm sure people listening will be like, no way, I'm not going to put my husband. Oh, I'm not going to put my wife. Okay. I mean, a lot of time we want to put our children. But you see, let me address the issue of putting your children as beneficiary. You can put your children as beneficiary. But if you're underage, they will put the fund in trust for them until they are old. So if you are scared of putting your wife or your husband as beneficiary, it's okay. But just be sure that the children will not get a benefit on the turn of age until they become an adult, on the turn 18. So that money will be in trust. So if your goal is for them to be able to take care of life when you are gone, the money is not going to be there to take care of life when they're gone if they're still younger. So instead that you just make sure you give it to an adult, maybe some percentage to an adult that can take care of it. You can make some percentage to them because you can divide it. So maybe 20% to this person, 20% to that person, 30% to that person. But don't make everything 100% to your children if they're underage. So
are you saying that the beneficiary right now, they can be more than one?
It can be more than one, absolutely. It can be as many as you want. Just make sure it's not more than 100%. You can do 1%. We have 100 people, just make it 1%, which of course is not. Now, pretty much you can divide it into 10%. Let's say you have about 10 people. Let's say you have about 5 people. Just divide it into any percentage you want. You can give your wife 50%, and you have 4 kids, or 5 kids, then the kids get 10%. Or you can give your wife or husband 75% and 55% to the kids. It just depends. Anyhow you divide it, insurance company has no problem. But if you do not indicate at what percentage and you name somebody, they will default it to 100% to that person, or they will divide it equally among them. If you don't indicate what percentage.
If you look at it, the approval of life insurance takes how long?
Oh, it depends. It depends from, it depends. If they require medical, some don't require medical, depends on the questionings and the age. Like for instance, if you are underage, they don't require medical. If I do an insurance on a 5-year-old, they will not require medical. So that's fast. Within a week, that will be issued. Within a week. But if you require medical, Then he has to go through the paramedic. The paramedic will have to come either to your house or you go to them. They do the medical, they just do physical, take blood, urine, and all that. Then they examine all of that. And of course, they check your medical records, your RX record, that's your prescription record, prescription drugs record, whether you have been prescribed certain medication. And of course, if you didn't declare that you've been prescribed a certain medication, and they find it on your blood system, sometimes they get the urine, and they find a prescription drug on your blood system, they're going to ask you, because maybe you didn't declare it, they're going to ask a question about it. A lot of people take high blood pressure medications, and when they ask the question, do you have blood pressure, you say no. Okay, fine. But they now take your urine, and they now find some kind of drug, some kind of trace of medication inside. They're going to ask a question about it. They're going to ask you which doctor prescribed it, for what purpose did this, and what were you diagnosed with. So all of that can make it longer. And if that comes out, then they're going to ask for your full medical records from the doctor that prescribed it. They want to know why. What was they thinking? Why did they prescribe that medication? What happened? You can go from 1 week to a month or two, depending on how, because if they ask for medical record from the doctors, if they don't respond on time, okay, everybody's going to wait. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, at maximum, maybe 2 months. After 2 months, they're going to close it out.
Well, we've been talking so far with Kayode Ajanaku, agency owner with Allstate Insurance Company in Houston, Texas, United States of America. But before we go, I'd still like to look into a question. What is the contestable period for life insurance?
The contestable period it gives the insurance company to contest it's a period of investigation for the insurance company. It's a time they can investigate all the questions that you have answered. They can investigate everything that you have done, all your medical records, all of that. And it starts from the day the policy is issued. Usually it's about 2 years. The contestable period is always about 2 years. Now, within that period, let's say for instance you answer certain questions wrongly. Let's say for instance they ask you, do you have this disease or that disease, and you die within that period. They're going to go back and look, how did you answer all the questions? And all that happened within 2 years. After 2 years, it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, they can't ask you those questions anymore. It won't matter anymore. They just give them to make sure that they investigate everything that you have answered in that question. If they do not, that's it after 2 years. And of course, again, it goes to, let's say you commit suicide if you commit suicide within 2 years, they will not pay the face value of the policy. They might just return your premium.
So right now, before we call it a day on this program, we would like to know, how soon do insurance companies pay death benefits?
Usually it doesn't go more than 60 days, but usually it shouldn't take more than 10 days. 10 days, 14 days at most. Because if everything checks out, like if all the question, all the investigations about the death, about all that is checked out. Because again, they want to make sure you didn't die because of crime, because there's some exclusions to your life. If you die because you're committing a crime, or if everything checks out well, there's no issues as to death, or maybe investigation, maybe the death is suspicious, maybe they're hiding something and all that. If everything looks clear, there's no suspicion, there's no doubt as to the death, or the nature of the death, or whatever, Usually it shouldn't take more than 10 after the death certificate has been issued.
Many thanks. Many thanks for watching us on this program today. It's still your main program, Facts and Figure, on ABN Television, channel 15.9, Houston, Texas. I've been talking for long with Kayode Ajanaku, the agency owner of Kayode Ajanaku Insurance Agency with the Allstate Insurance Company in Houston, Texas. Kayode Ajanaku, many thanks for being with us on this program. We really appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
And don't forget, it's always 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Every Saturday on ABN Television. That's when this program come up for you. Always join us. Join us. Next coming week we'll be trashing another issue entirely. But we're still bringing him. We'll still bring him again and again when you want us to bring him. So keep sending your questions in. I know you want to ask a lot of questions. Viewers at home, I know you want to ask a lot of questions. Keep sending them in to the number and the email address displayed on the screen. I still remain your host, Converter O Adeyemo. Join us same time next week on this program, Facts and Figure. Till then, always affect your environment positively. Take care.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network, ABN, will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Isone Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.